Mother knew that she had to stretch and lovingly push me just outside my comfort zone so I could develop to my fullest. She was always urging me to try new things, but she made sure there were no surprises, because a sudden introduction of something new was scary. I was lucky to get into a good speech therapy program at age 2.5, and after I learned to talk, she always gave me many opportunities to use my speaking skills. In our family, all the children had to do the job of party hostess and host. At age 7 or 8, I had to put on my best clothes and greet the guests who had been invited over for dinner. This taught important skills, such as shaking hands and greeting people. My 2 younger sisters and brother also had to greet all the guests and help serve the snacks. In the 1950s, all children were taught social skills in a much more structured manner. My brother hated being a party host, but later in life he admitted that it helped him talk to older men. This helped him become a senior vice president of a large bank. Even the normal kids benefited from practicing learning to greet and talk to new people. Deborah Moore and I decided to collaborate on this book because we are both seeing more instances where fully verbal older children and young adults with ASD, autistic spectrum disorder, are not learning crucial basic skills for socializing and employment. We are both very worried about these youth because without these skills, they are unlikely to be able to lead successful, independent, satisfying adult lives. If parents, teachers, and therapists of all sorts recognize the danger zones for these children, however, we can turn this around. That is our intent in writing this book. At many different conferences, I'm seeing a pattern of 4 things that are preventing smart children and adults with ASD from making a successful transition to full independence. Deborah has seen these same concerns in the youth and families she worked with. These 4 things are a result of changes happening in our families, schools, and the world of technology. Number 1. ASD youth are being overprotected and not given enough opportunities to learn how to do things on their own. Too frequently, parents, teachers, or aides do things for the child that deprive him or her of the opportunity to make mistakes and thereby learn to solve problems on their own. For example, when I give talks, I meet teenagers with good speaking skills, but their parent does all the talking for the child. One time a mom started to ask a question for her child, and I said, "Your child needs to ask the question." In this and most cases, I've been able to coax a child to talk, even in front of many people. They are then happy that they were able to do it. To help the child keep his nerve, I will warn the audience to hold applause until after the child has responded. Many kids with ASD just need additional time to get their words out. I think moms often run interference for their children because they're afraid their child will be hurt when he or she makes a mistake. But to learn and grow, you have to make some mistakes. For example, my first attempt at teaching a class when I was in graduate school was a disaster. I panicked and walked out. To solve this problem, the next time I had prepared really good slides, so if I panicked, I could fall back on them. Number 2. Our educational system has changed. Too many schools have removed the hands-on classes where many ASD or ADHD children or teenagers can excel. Classes such as art, music, cooking, sewing, woodworking, theater, electrical repair, welding, and auto repair expose students to careers. A student cannot determine whether or not he likes something if they are never exposed to it. Patrick Stewart, who played Captain Picard on Star Trek, developed his love of acting when he was 12 and had the experience of performing in a school play. Our kids need exposure, both to open their eyes to options and also to give them some preliminary experience in different things that could lead to a career. Parents and other adults in their lives have to take over what the schools used to do. We have to get our kids introduced to adults working in fields that could lead to careers.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.